Well, we move on because whilst many in this country suffered over the winter due to the freezing temperatures and had to sacrifice things like food and put on an extra jumper to avoid switching on the heating due to the spiralling costs of energy, the companies behind this, who made our lives a living hell, were basking in the glory and have just posted obscene profits. It's not all their fault. I mean, who can blame them after Ofgem, the so-called energy regulator, who are about as useful as a chocolate teapot and equally as weak, handed them a price cap boost of around about £500 million. And as a result, Centrica, who own British Gas, their earnings went up by 900%, a rise from 98 million a year earlier to 969 million. So overall, Centrica made an operating profit of 6.5 billion in the first 6 months of the year, against operating losses of 1.1 billion a year earlier. Simon Francis, who's the coordinator of the End Fuel Poverty Coalition, said these profits are a further sign of Britain's broken energy system. He went on to say, at a time when households' energy debt is spiralling to record levels and energy bills remain double what they were just a few years ago, the profits posted will be greeted with disbelief by those struggling through the crisis. Now, whilst I do believe in capitalism, I also believe that capitalism only truly exists when there is real competition, and vital resources like energy and water should never have been privatised. The energy companies behave as a cartel, leaving the consumer with very little variation in choices, and good luck understanding your bills. I don't even think they understand them themselves. And that is, of course, if you are lucky enough to get through to someone to complain. In my view, the system is broken. Ofgem, the so-called regulator, is pathetic. But ultimately, the energy companies operate in a market regulated by the government. So perhaps another windfall tax is required, because the only beneficiaries here are a handful of shareholders.